I think having a constraint also helps with creativity too. Because when you have a constraint of money, or you have a constraint of time, like if it's a strong, short runway, then it forces your commitment, it forces your concentration, and it forces your creativity. It's just like that Peter Thiel question, right? One of the world's top investors. What if you had to remember 0 to 1, right?
Yeah,
His book.
great book.
What if you had to reach your 10-year goal, but you only had like 6 months to do it?
Right. Yeah.
And that's coming to power question. So I still think, and those questions lead to these thought experiments, and it makes you think of how can I apply this, and and like the different ways you could apply it, and why must I apply it once you have this idea, and then when will I? And I think this conversation is about knowledge times action equals power, and when you do it consistently, it becomes integrated, and it's who you are. And the life we live every single day are the lessons we teach. And that's why I love even running our podcast. And I imagine your experience is the same. It's really so neat to meet people on and off camera. You know what I mean? Or share a meal with them or a conversation. Because it lights me up because so many people that I talk to are my heroes because I've read their books and it's very intimate for me, or you listen to them at night. And it's very personal, right? When people are listening to your voice,
very much
when they're in the shower or they're like working out. So I never take that for granted. And going back to this walking outside in prep, walking, by the way, remember I would schedule your thinking time, because most people do it in between like meetings or whatever, but schedule time for yourself to just be creative and to think. And one of the best ways of doing that is going for a walk outside, because you create brain-derived neurotropic factors, you make connections you wouldn't normally make, besides the physical benefits as your body moves, your brain grooves. But I look at birds, and I was looking at the bird, I was like, I'm scared of heights, remember? And even though I do the zero gravity thing and the skydiving, and I'm thinking like, why is that bird not scared? And I realized it's not because it puts its confidence or trust in the tree or the tree branch, it's because it puts its trust in its own wings. And I think everybody here watching this, in your audience, in your academy, that they have greatness inside of them. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, we have to take the leap. Or as a parent, you have to take the leap, but trust that our wings will show up. And it's going back to that butterfly effect, that a butterfly flapping its wings. I love metaphors because I teach in parables and stories, just because we started this conversation with like how powerful stories are. While the beauty lies in like the butterfly, everyone says butterfly, but the growth happens in the cocoon. That the caterpillar, as it's transforming, and you talk about transformation a lot, it builds its wings strength through breaking through that cocoon, and then it could soar. But it had to do the work. And while the comfort zone is a nice place to visit, nothing grows in there, nothing at all. So when I see friends who are pushing themselves in whether it's physically in a race or in their level of impact, that inspires me to no end. So thank you for that.
Because they're transforming on the inside.
Right.
And it's something else. There's a butterfly that's coming
Exactly. And they're an example for everyone around them about what's really possible. Because every story you watch on film, because I grew up, because I couldn't read, I would just comic books and movies and everything. But it's always this, hero's journey of going from like some kind of restriction or prison, emotional, physical, whatever it is really, to some kind of freedom and sovereignty. And that person's life is never going to be the same. And it's these lessons that we